So, Steve-O.
Yes.
Kind of exciting. This is the pre-walk.
This is the pre-walk.
Let's show the people what we want to do.
Yeah, so Thursday and Friday of this week, we are getting a forestry mulcher back out here. And we hope to, everything that you're seeing right now, we're hoping that we can clear with the forestry mulcher and get us some avenues. Even if we don't clear everything like we've done up front, we're going to ask that they give us some lanes that we can drive Vinny and Bucky and our equipment in and get further and further into the forest. But we will show you some barbed wire that Colin and I found and marked so that the forestry mulcher drum doesn't get all tangled up in that.
Yeah, let's go see that.
All right. All right, so wanted to show this whole property had once upon a time been a big horse pasture. And that was in existence till late 70s, early 80s. So most of the trees and the brush is since that time. And there are different areas that we found that have been corded off with barbed wire. And so here's an example of that. And Colin and I marked on each of the posts, and that goes back probably 100 yards.
Let's walk back there and show the people, because you got it marked all nicely.
I do. And then if you turn around, I've got it marked up to our neighbor's corral.
Yeah, it goes over that way too. Yeah. All right, let's off-road here a little bit and show them. So the barbed wire goes as far as you can see through the trees here.
Yeah, I've gone at least 100 yards with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a lot. But the good news is it doesn't seem to be all over the property.
No.
So really, we just want our dude to not get caught in this run of it. So the rules for our dude are take down anything that you can take down with your forestry mulcher.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to worry so much about the little stuff, although if you wanted to run over it, that'd be fine.
Yep.
And the only trees that we would like you to not indiscriminately mow over are oaks and cherry trees.
Yep.
But buckthorn, box elder, prickly ash, except in our one little prickly ash part.
Section, yep.
Yeah. And poplars and cedars, all those
Go.
go.
Oh,
that's going to be so exciting.
it's going to look good.
So when you have someone come out to do forestry mulching like this,
Yeah.
what are the biggest drawbacks to that as a method of, killing buckthorn?
Yeah, it's very mechanical, and it's harder on the ground. We've had a relatively dry fall. This would be perfect for a forestry mulcher, but Monday and Tuesday, possibly into Wednesday, we're supposed to get 1.5 inches of rain and maybe another inch of snow.
That'd be the 3 days right before the dude shows up?
Yes, just exactly like the last time that we scheduled the forestry mulcher. It seems to be a pattern. And so then that can create a little bit more rutting, and the forestry mulcher, it's a big, massive hydraulic drum with carbide teeth. Amazing. Then that can just cause more disruption to the soil. Any disruption for the soil, way more weeds. Way more weeds. So if you go back to some of the pictures that we have where we did the forestry mulch on either side of the driveway, there's tons of baby buckthorn and then the white snake root. And the reason that it can really go gangbusters is because that was all kind of chewed up a bit. And then the forestry mulcher does create an incredible amount of debris. And so
like
then,
broken sticks and stuff.
broken sticks and such. So it's not as clean a finish as when the two of us are out there and I'm cutting and you're chipping, and it goes into the nice little small chips. This is big, huge chunks.
Yeah.
But there's no comparison in terms of what the forestry mulcher can do in an hour takes us, even with our equipment now, is a good weekend.
Yeah.
So a weekend of us working, hour of the forestry mulcher. So with 16 hours, you're talking about 16 weekends that will be cleared, and then we'll maintain it.
So once we have the
excited.
forestry mulcher, because of the likelihood of weeds cropping up, then we kind of do have to be committed to maintaining this area.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So one of the things that is challenging for the forestry mulcher, I'm going to be interested to see how this works, is in this part of our yard, we have some very serious terrain. And this never shows up well on video, so I have sent Steve down the hill. And you could even go farther, Steve. There's even more of a hill.
I got sent right down into the vista.
He did. He's right down into the vista. So this is, how many feet do you think is between us right now? 50?
No,
60?
not even. Probably 25 feet.
Probably 25 feet. And look at how tiny he is. I mean, he's just a little tiny garden farmer down there. Right? So this is a pretty steep drop off. I don't know how the forestry mulcher is going to do on this. We'll have to see. Another thing that Steve is pointing to us so helpfully is that there are quite a few rocks here. It looks like once upon ancient time, this was a stone wall. Steve is saying that it probably goes 30 feet in one direction and 15 feet in the other direction. And I am sure that our operator is not going to want to drive over those rocks, because that would be bad for the machine. So that's another thing we'll point out to him. So this is one of the areas that you're most excited about.
I'm very excited about the part that's down from the house all the way to the pond. As you're seeing
look
there.
Look how that is going to look.
Won't that be great? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. And we've done a lot of it, but we have a lot of brush that's just been cut and dropped. And so to have that all cleaned up will be fabulous. And then the other part that we have to show everyone is the part that is just to the side of the house, where we've done the Ventrac up that embankment.
Yes.
Yeah, right. All that pushback is going to be the priority part for this forestry mulcher.
Well, because that's going to be the prettiest.
It's going to be awesome.
We're going to be able to see it.
There are 3 big oak trees that we're going to see for the first time from the house. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah. Woohoo. So, Steve-O.
Yeah.
The people want to know.
Do they, though?
They do. The people want to know, how come we just don't rent a forestry mulcher and do all this ourselves? Wouldn't that be fun?
Wouldn't that be fun?
I mean, come on.
Yeah, I would love that. But the reason for that is, as we were just talking about, there's huge boulders all over this property. And I'm not really keen on breaking off those big carbide teeth. So, and the real answer is when you see someone who actually knows what the hell they're doing.
Yes.
It's amazing. They're literally like a surgeon and a scalpel just sliding through the property and then skimming the surface so that there's no sharp spikes. And
so
it's amazing.
We're paying for the skill of the operator in addition to the machinery.
Brandon, who was out here the first time, we paid because the reason that Brandon can do in 8 hours what we do in a weekend, and it used to be what we could do by hand in a month.
Yeah.
So we're getting better, but nothing compares. And it's because he knows what the hell he's doing, and he's just very precise. He doesn't hit any of the oak trees. He slides right around it. It's pretty impressive to watch.
Yeah.